Audio Jungle. Jungle. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I created this side part body wave roller set look with the bang, and today's hair is provided by Slovehair. Now this is my first time working with this company, and I am pretty impressed with the quality of their wig. They sent me over a frontal wig, a 13x4 frontal wig, and it is a 200% density wig, so it was nice and full, and it is body wave. The lace, I'm guessing it was more so like transparent lace. I mean, the way it was cut is given HD, but in my opinion, it was too white to be HD. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna lean more towards transparent lace. And as far as the length, they didn't tell me what length it is, but just looking at it, it's giving me like a 24-inch type of, vibes to it. So, however, today I'll be using my long-term client, and she's been my client since back in like 2014. Okay, so she been riding from day one up till now. My girl Kiki. So yeah, I will be installing this wig on her today, and I will be doing that side part roller set look, and bringing back the bangs. It's been a minute like since we really do bangs like that, like the way I'm going to do it today. So I was pretty excited to do this look, and I will also be showing you guys how I cut layers in the hair, and then the way I curled it, and how everything came into formation. But of course, we're starting this video off with the ball cap method, and I am taking that Ruby Kisses foundation and that level 15 palette, and I'm applying that darker shade of foundation on the inside and on top of this lace, especially because it was really like white, so I wanted to make sure it's going to blend perfectly. And before we begin our glue application, I will be taking the Beautiful Hustler Skin Protectant, spraying her hairline, and just blow drying it quickly, and then begin to apply my layers. And once you apply the layers and you have put all of them down and they turn clear, you can go ahead and begin to pull your lace down into the glue. So I'm just pulling that lace right on in and just taking my fingertips and pressing it in. And I'm going to have her hold it as I do the opposite side as well. And like I mentioned, I really love the quality of this body wave hair. Like, it was so, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? It was just so soft, and it just looked like a healthy body wave hair, like especially when I curl it and I cut the layers and I show you guys like the back view on what it looks like once I comb the curls out. It was definitely giving great quality. So I have no complaints about this wig, honestly. So now that we have removed the melt belt, I'm going to go ahead and begin to raise off the extra lace. It was a lot of space, in the front of the lace that, was not part of her hairline. So everything that's not needed for this installation, I'm just going to go ahead and part it off and cut that extra lace off. Make sure you cut the extra lace from around the ears. That way the wig can lay completely flat and sit into that glue the way it's supposed to and not irritate your client's ears. And then you can proceed with your razor and cut off the extra lace in the front of the hairline. And here is what the hairline is looking like before we add any baby hairs. Tie it down, add foundation the second time. It is pretty blended, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and begin to create my side part. When creating the side part, you want to make sure, everybody has their preference. Let me say this. Some people prefer straight parts. Some people prefer curved parts. But me, if y'all notice, I'm a very, curved part type of girl. So I like to create like a small seat motion when I'm doing my parting areas. So I just like the way that looks, especially when you lay the baby hairs and everything. And speaking of baby hairs, I usually cut the baby hairs really, really short. But with this install today, I'm going to cut them longer and just show you guys like how, depending on how short or how long you cut your baby hairs, it can give you a different look to your baby hairs. So if you do want to switch up your style sometimes and create different varieties of baby hair looks, then give this one a try. Like I mentioned, I usually cut them really short, and it's a difference in the outcome of the baby hairs. But today I cut them a little longer because I really want to like that swooped look effect and not so like the choppy baby hair look. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that as well. And of course we are going to, cut, layer, and curl. So pay attention to that section as well. So if you notice, I had went ahead and flat ironed the area in the front to, not flat iron, but hot comb the sections that I'm pulling down for the baby hairs down forward. And that will also help you kind of train your baby hairs to go downward in that motion, so it's easier for you to swoop. So I hot comb those areas, and then I'm just putting them into small little plaited sections, and I'm going to spray that hairline and tie it down once again with the melt belt. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of get into the curling and excuse me y'all, but into the curling and cutting process. So as I mentioned before, but if you have not heard it, I'm going to say it again. The longer the melt belt sits, the better the melt, okay? And I know sometimes the melt belt gets aggravating on your hairline, maybe a little tight, a little pressure, but the results that you get once you remove the melt belt is like phenomenal, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and curl that hair up while the melt belt is on. And if you notice, I pulled that front section up and out the way into the bun, and I'm going to start working with like that almost diagonal back section. And right now I'm just lifting that hair at about a 90-degree angle, and I'm I'm taking my scissors and I'm just lightly layering the hair going downward. And when you add layers to the hair, it just makes like the curls look better. And honestly, most of the time people do not like cutting their hair once they get it like roller setted and everything, because they be wanting to reuse it. And yes, you can style the hair without, with the curls without cutting it, but it's not going to give the same effect as if you add layers to your hair. Okay, I understand y'all want to preserve y'all bundles and everything else like that, but layers make a big difference. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Layers make a big difference. Also, adding layers will keep the longevity of your style lasting longer, because if it does fall nicely, versus if you just curl the hair without adding layers, it's just going to fall straight. It's probably not going to last as long. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, just get you some hair that you don't mind adding some layers to, because like I mentioned, it does make a big difference in the outcome of your look. But however, I'm just doing that same technique all around her head. I'm just grabbing sections, pulling them out, and just layering it, going in a diagonal motion. And I chose to do the front last because I want to make sure, like for that bang area, you do not chop too much. You just want to go piece by piece. But now I'm taking that Fantasia's heat protectant. They have it as a spray bottle, and they also have it like as an oil. But I'm using the oil one. I just squeeze some in my hand, and rub it together, and just applied it to the hair. And now I'm taking my golden hot curling iron, and it goes to 500 degrees. So this is really why I love it. And I'm just going to curl the hair up, add a little holding spray, and just let it go. Only thing I'm going to pin curl is really like the front area, because one, I ain't have enough pins, and two, honestly, body wave hair is supposed to hold your curls the best. So if you do have really good body wave hair, the curl is going to, hold in there pretty good. But plus, once you remove the curling iron and you spray it with the holding spray, it should not drop completely anyways. It should still, be kind of tight before you actually brush through it. And as far as the curling direction, you do want to curl everything away from the face. If you are doing that, what they call it, the Farrah Fawcett, that's the old folks terms when it comes to that style. So we call it, millennials, we call it soft looks roller sets, but our elders may call it the Farrah Fawcett. So we're going to be kind of creating that look, just not like so big, because her style was more so big and layers like cut to the T in the front, but we still do want like that soft look type of style. So light layers and just a little holding spray, and we're going to comb through, which I'm going to show you guys how the curls look before I brush it out. And I'm also going to show you guys the back of the hair when I brush it out with those layers added. And now we are working on that front section. I'm grabbing pieces, cutting some layers, using some holding spray, curling it. And as I mentioned, when it gets to like that top piece, I am really going to, pin it that way. It'll be the last thing that I comb out. And usually with the bang, I just cut some layers first, but then once I comb through the hair, I go back in and I add more layers as I begin to like comb the bang into place to really give it the look that I want to give it. So yeah, I'm just gonna, like I mentioned, do the same steps, but I just had to section that part off first. And she really wanted the bang to cover like her eye, like how the Aaliyah bangs used to be back in the day. So that's the look we're going for today. Some people don't really care for the hair in their face, but you do have clients that like different things. So she said she wanted her bangs swooped, honey, across the face, across the eyes. So we will give her just that. And now I'm just curling the last two sections in the front, and I pinned those as well. But here is what the curls look like after I curled everything. And now I'm going to go ahead and remove that melt belt, one, because I know it's tight on her head, and two, I know that lace is melted to the T. So we're going to go ahead and relieve this pressure from her head. And this is what it looks like. Super melted, super blended. As I mentioned, it will be. The longer it sits, the longer it melts, period. So now I'm going to go ahead and comb those baby hairs out. And as I mentioned, I did not cut the baby hairs as short as I usually do. So I'm going to cut them about an inch, not even an inch, honestly. It probably was like an inch and a half longer. Well, I'm not going to say, that's probably exaggerating. Yeah, it was just about an inch. Usually I cut them shorter than an inch, but it was just like about an inch or a little bit past. And I just wanted to do like some bigger, longer swoops, and it does give off a different look like I mentioned before. So once I cut those, I'm going to take my little wristband, my little plated wristband, to apply my gel so I don't have to be on the back of my hand, which I will be adding to my site as you guys requested. And I'm just going to take an edge brush and begin to swoop those baby hairs into place. So I went ahead and swooped the baby hairs, blow dry it, and now I'm going to remove those pins. And now it's the brushing time. So before I even brush, I'm spraying some holding spray and I'm spraying some oil sheen. And now I'm going to take my wig brush and begin to comb the, ooh, pretty. Yes, girl, giving the girls what it's supposed to give. And I'm just going to brush all of that out. And like I mentioned, she do want the bang in her face. So once I brush the curls out, I will go back in with that hot comb and flatten that top area out really, really flat to give her the look that she really wants. But if you do not care to have the bang like in your face, you can just pretty much comb it out, you know, add a little more layers to the bang if needed, but you know, keep it out the face. But because you do want this in the face, we are going to comb that bang part completely out, and then I'm going to go in with that hot comb and flatten that top area out really nice, flat and smooth to kind of train the hair where it needs to fall. And of course I will go back in with that curler, recurl that bang front, cut some more layers, and give her like a regular bang look that she wanted. And once you have that bang in place, you could go in with some holding spray and add some holding spray to the bang area. That way it can, you know, kind of stay put or whatever. So once I do that, I'm just going to add the holding spray and, you know, comb it out, smooth it in, and making sure it's fall, you know, how we want it to be. And you see that I'm pushing the hair more so in her eye because that's what she requested, the Aaliyah bang look. So pretty much once you have that bang into, you know, place, all you have to do is just go in with your concealer, conceal the part up, you know, play with the curls a little bit till you get that perfect look that you know, that they want, or that you want if they give you that free will to style as you please. And now I'm going to take that concealer, just conceal up that part, and that pretty much sums up this install. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video and that you learned something new from me today. If you did so, comment down below, show some love. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and make sure your notification bells are turned on so you do not miss any of the new posts. Thank you guys for watching, always showing love and support, and I will see you guys on the next video.